Fellow Flosstubers, it's Patty here with episode 118. Today is August the 10th, 2020. On today's show, I have whips, I have a little haul, I have lots of knitting and some spinning. So sit back and relax, grab your beverage of choice, water for me, your craft of choice, and let's chat. How was everybody's week? Mine was a little different. I didn't do a lot of stitching. I did some knitting and I did some spinning. I went on a camping trip and I'm glad to be home. So yeah, I went out and saw my mom. The kids went out on Sunday and did some stuff for her, which was really great. It was nice to see them go out without the hubs and I. So, you know, that's important. They need to go visit her too. Saturday, we packed up the camper, our RV, and we went to Denali Park, which is 2 hours away on a good day and 3 hours away when you're driving a slow old RV. Our top speed was 52 miles an hour because in the higher speeds it likes to sway a little bit. So the steering needs to be looked at and it needs to be tightened up because it is, he did have some issues with, you know, it swaying and driving the way it did. Everything worked. We were really happy. We didn't turn the refrigerator, the freezer on, so that is one thing that we still have to figure out. But the freezer still held cold temperature. We put ice blocks in it, and it was cold for the one day that we were out because we went out, like I said, Saturday morning. It was around 11 o'clock we left. We drove to Denali, went to the Denali Park. We didn't go all the way into Denali. We only went a little ways and then turned around, came back to an RV camp. That's what we call Glitter Gulch, is where the Princess Hotel is. There's a couple of other hotels. There's little shops. There's a Subway. There's several gift stores. There's, like, if you wanted to take an RV or a Jeep tour, or if you wanted to take a bus tour, or if you wanted to do the rapid tour, you stop at this little alleyway, and it's just like it's on a stretch of land that's straight right before you turn into the park itself. So we stayed there overnight. We were able to plug in. Everything was going really good. They didn't have bathroom facilities or shower facilities because of COVID, so it's a really good thing we had our own our own bathroom, at least, because that would not have been fun. We would have probably had to look for another place. Because, yeah, I've done my fair share of going to the bathroom in the wilderness, and not anymore. Sorry. And this is probably TMI, but sorry. Sorry, not sorry, but that's just the way I feel about it. We did have a good time. I brought my iPad. We watched a movie together. He walked around. We saw Baby Bunny. It was really cute. And the camp robber woke us up in the morning, but it was, you know, it was fun to be out doing something completely different that we haven't done in a long time. We used to go camping every once in a while in a tent, and then we had a smaller camper that we used for a little while, to the point where it was so small that he couldn't stand in it. So, you know, it was pretty tiny, and I'm of that age. I don't want to tent camp anymore. And I need a bathroom. So that's me in a nutshell. Come on. So Sunday, we left around 9 o'clock, went into the park as far, not all the way in to one of the ranger stations, or whatever they called them. I don't remember. I'm sorry. I'm still kind of tired. But we had a good time. We walked around a little bit, went back in the RV, and drove home. We didn't stop as many times on the way back as we did on the way out. So the hub, he was really tired by the time we got back, with him fighting with the steering. he was pretty tired. So we got back. So we headed for home after we left there about 10 o'clock, and I think we got home at 2. So it took us 4 hours to get home. And it was raining off and on, and you know, the RV took the hills really good. There was no slowing down of the motor. It sounded really good, so we're really happy with that. On Wednesday, it goes into the shop to look and see if they can fix the steering, and if there's anything else minor that needs to be fixed, we'll go ahead and get that fixed up. But that was pretty much it. That's all the excitement, except we did let the little man into the camper, and he thought it was awesome. He ran up and down. He pretended like he was driving. He had a good time with it on Friday, so that's fun. That is very fun. So, after blathering for 6 minutes, shall we get on with the stitching? I think so. You're going to see I did not work on a lot of projects last week. So this is my Mirror Monday. Oops, excuse me. This is Touching the Autumn Sky. I am stitching this on 32 count Stellar by Picture This Plus. Oops, and that's where she's at. So I got the jacket done, worked on her sleeve. So I might start working now on the scarf that she has on her head. That's where that's at. And this is coming up, or going up later, because I woke up on time. I just didn't feel like doing a video until after lunch, so it's after lunch now. And then I also worked on Tree of Hope. I am stitching this on 32 count Natural by Zweigart, and I got quite a bit done. I got that flower all put in. So there is 20 columns between these two, and there's 12 rows between that and the butterfly. So I'm mapping out where everything is going to go. So when I'm finished with this, I'll go ahead and move this over, do the other flower, get it mapped in, and then do there's a butterfly, and then there's some little bugs on top of the other flowers. So I'll put those in, and I think I'll go ahead and just mirror it with the butterfly and the bugs, and then put the bee and then the flower down here. So that's where this is at. I'm very happy with how this one is turning out. Very happy. Okay, and then the last thing I worked on, yes, I only worked on 3 projects last week, is my Whip Go project, and this is Silver Moon Tea. I was thinking afternoon tea, and that's not right. Silver Moon Tea. I am stitching this on 32 count Lavender Mist by Witchelt. And I had started this once before, and I'd started it in the middle. So this time I decided to start it at the top. So I only need 20 more stitches over here to complete the border on the outside. So that's how wide it's going to be. And then there's 130 stitches down here. So it's 130 by 130. So it is a perfect square, and this is also full coverage. So I got quite a bit done last week on that. So very excited. So that was all of the stitching. So this really is an arbitrary August for me because I'm not stitching a lot. So knitting though, I did do quite a bit of knitting. So I did work on my rosette windows by Mia Rhodes. I am using a size 4, 3.5 millimeter. And this is hand spun. This is Ugly Naked Guy by 2F by Hand. So I think I did like 3 or 4 rows, but these rows take a while, but they are getting easier. So that's where I'm at. I really am enjoying this stitch, or this knit, and this is what I have left. So lots of nice color still left to go. And then I also worked on my Wave Maker Socks by Sheila Bond. I'm doing these on US 1 2.25 millimeter. And this is Sock It To Me collection in the color Puzzle by the Elan. So here we go. Here it is. I put a marker the last time, so I only did a couple of rows. I have too many projects that I have to pay attention to, so it's kind of hard to do these, and the little man is here. So yeah. And I also decided that that would not be good camping knitting. So I went ahead and pulled up the Chevron Baby Blanket by East Space Trico. And I am knitting these, I'm holding these two yarns together. And they are Lion Brand Mandala. This one is Gnome colorway. And this one is Phoenix colorway. And since I have two of each, so here's where we're at. And I am using a size US 10 6.0 millimeters. So here is where I'm at. So it's going to be a good, it's going to be a good blanket. I mean, it could be just a big lap blanket. So I have not finished the first color change, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 color changes. So the other ones, I don't know if the other ones are going to be as much, but that's a lot. So I'm really happy with that. And it's using up stash yarn, which is another big positive for me. So I cast this on Friday and worked a couple of rows before we left. And then Saturday, while we were watching movies, I knit quite a bit. I'm very happy with my progress on this. And I can see this one coming out when the little man is here, because it's just, now that the pattern is well established, you just got to know where you are in the pattern and just do it. So that always makes things much easier. Okay, and Thursday we had a Zoom knit group, which was great because I was able to get some spinning done. I did spinning, I did knitting, but I mostly spun. So take it all off. So here is where I'm at. This is all I have left. And this is from First Fiberista. No, it's First Fiber Studio. Oh no, Twist. I'm sorry. I am really bad. It's Twist Fiber Studio. I knew First wasn't right. That was what was throwing me off. This is Mixed BFL, combed top. So it's probably in the natural. So it hasn't been dyed. And if you recall, oh, it's way over there, that I'm going to spin this whole 4 ounces up and apply it with my Reading Rainbow by Hobbledehoy and see what we get. I can't wait. Whatever's left, then I will ply on itself to get a 2-ply for that too. And I'm going to have some iced tea, excuse me. Alright, so that is all I did last week. Wasn't a whole lot. But this week I want to work on, of course, my Whip Go project, my Mirror Monday project, and my tree project. And if I'm still feeling arbitrary, that might be it. Or maybe I need a new start because I forgot about my purchases. I did pick up some purchases. The first purchase I made was I went on to the Frosted Pumpkin Stitcheries website, and I went ahead and pre-ordered the Midnight Way, which is a companion piece to Halloween Town and Christmas Town. So that was $10.95 if you just wanted the pattern, and it starts on August 17th. So I'm going to look around in my fabric stash. It won't match because I don't have any purple, but I could put it on a blue, which would be fine too. It also says on here that one of the supplies is either Petite Treasure Braid Black or the Etoile C310, which is the E12 black. So I'm going to go ahead, since I have E12 black, and I'm going to use that as one of my blacks. Or if you don't want to do that, you can use 2 of regular DMC black. So that was one of the purchases. Another purchase was a piece of fabric. I bought a piece of 28 count Whisper Lugana, and I'm going to put on the witch. This All Hallows Eve sampler that I got from Joan Elliott Designs. So I bought that for this fabric. So that's going to be, I will be stitching that on. I think that'll look nice with the black and the orange. So that's super exciting, super exciting. I also did an order today, so you will be seeing that in the next week or two from 123 Stitch, because that's usually who I buy from. Sometimes I buy from different companies, but it's mostly 123 Stitch. Oh, and I did want to mention that Stitchonomy has been doing a year of stitch-alongs. I haven't done any of the stitch-alongs for this year, but she is doing the Halloween stitch-along. I don't think I have that one done. No, I don't have that one up there, but it's the 31 days of Halloween. So it starts October 1st and ends October 31st. You just need to go onto her website. And of course, I don't know that one because I am just that way. But Stitchonomy, if you check her out on Facebook, you can find her that way. And I really liked it last year because it was just one little square and you could keep up with it every day. And that's what I'm planning on doing for that for October, because that'll be one of my new October starts. I'm going to do quite a few October starts, but yeah. So looking around, I have shown you my whips. I've shown you my haul, my knitting, and my spinning, and I've told you about my plans. So I think that's it. I hope that everyone has a great week. And I will get back to your comments. If you've made a comment about last week, I'm really sorry for not getting to that. And if you want to comment this week, please do. I will definitely get to those comments. If you're a new viewer, thank you so much for coming in and checking me out. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back week after week. I really appreciate it. So I hope that you all have a great week. I hope that you all stay safe and healthy. And I hope that whatever you craft it to your heart's content. And I will see you next week. Bye, guys.